What do you think if I say the main purpose of the teaching in schools is to facilitate students to get high scores on the standardized tests? It's obvious as day. Why do I have to ask? Because I realized that I and my mates, when we were students in schools, no one studies because we loved it. This is an age-old issue that many educational systems have been facing, including Vietnam. This problem calls into question how effective our schools are and whether we need a total reform in education. You may find the answer in this book, Creative Schools, by a noted educator, Sir Robinson. Before discovering about the book, let's see the reasons why I choose to read the book. Well, it's a part of the school assignments, and I choose this at the very last minute. Then I don't think I have any specific reasons apart from it. However, I rather have some expectations of what the book can offer. I hope it will give me a broad picture of what's going on with the system of education that we are implementing, what is right and what is wrong, and how we can fix the wrong things. The author of the book, Sir Ken Robinson, is a British author, speaker, and international advisor on education. He is noted for his dedication to change the old system of education and bringing true knowledge to more people. Most people know him via his speech, Do Schools Kill Creativity? In TED Talk, which has received more than 72 million views so far. He has published several books on the topic of education and gained a positive reputation among the scholars. The book Creative Schools was published in 2016 and soon becomes an influential book and has been discussed in academia worldwide. Sir Robinson opens the book by pinpointing the root causes of our today's mass education problems. Turns out it has a strong relationship with industrialism. Mass education was launched in the middle of the 19th century as part of the Industrial Revolution with the purpose of providing needed skilled workers for the industry. In other words, the system of education can be seen as a typical factory in which it tries to produce the identical versions of the same products by teaching every student the same curriculums with the same way of evaluating regardless their distinctive ability. That model of education worked out pretty well at this time when it gave the children from the peasant class and middle class the chance to learn useful things for their future careers. However, does it still work today? When the world we are living in has changed significantly from the one 200 years ago. You might say that it is true that we still have a myriad of successful people from this system. Why do we have to change it? And how we can change it? The truth is, successful people are just a very small proportion of the population that goes to school. The rest struggle with their lives after graduating. By changing the system of education according to the demand of the new era, we can maximize the number of people who can be successful in the society, and more importantly, because we are different. Thus, the school should be organized not like a factory. Instead, it should be treated as an organic system. So, what should modern schools look like? Sir Robinson uses a metaphor that I myself find very interesting in order to express this idea. School is an organic farm, and on this farm, teachers are gardeners and students are fruit trees. Do the teachers try to cut down the orange trees that don't give apples as they want? Probably not. The gardeners will try to help each tree grow in the best possible way without interfering with the core program. So do teachers. Teachers should treasure all the differences and help students to learn and develop from their distinctive abilities, because everybody is built differently and there are different trees that give different fruits and need different treatments. In chapter 1, 2, and 3, Sir Robinson presents these ideas clearly and tells stories of successful schools that implement these principles into their teaching. The other chapters revolve around the author's perspective on the role of 5 main characters in the school: students, teachers, principals, family, and policymakers. Each one has an important role in the system of education, but the heart of it is the relationship between students and teachers. And back to the question in the beginning, how can we change the system? The writer offers some remedies for the change, and the first one is we should incorporate democracy into schools. For example, students must have an opportunity to choose their classes and even partly choose the management of the schools, as well as evaluation should be individualized, and we should give an opportunity to be back on the track. Another solution to change the system is the flipped classroom model. Sir Robinson seems to have strong faith in this kind of method of teaching. He said that it's a new method that gives students an opportunity to receive information not only from the teacher but also from the materials that could be in the video or in the text that has been written or recorded by the teacher before. So the input is actually done at home before the lesson. So the teachers will have more time to work with their students, discussing the students' ideas or giving feedback on the given topic. With this model, students will be treated more like living organisms rather than dead machines doing the drills and checking for the fixed answers. However, there are a few things that I don't like about the book. It bombards readers with a lot of information that covers almost all the spheres of education, with stories from hundreds of schools worldwide. Moreover, some of the information included in the book is redundant. He spends a quite large volume of the book reiterating and explaining a few theories which I believe had become so common nowadays. For example, the theory of multiple intelligence, or the idea that humans are natural-born learners. We love learning since we were born. Of course, we love learning. It's in our gene. So he doesn't have to spend a whole chapter to talk about it, or even the part about the flipped classroom model. There's no need to elaborate too detailed. Maybe when he reprints the book, he may want to consider editing these parts. Apart from that, I have gained so much helpful information from the book. It provides me with an interesting collection of broad ideas and frameworks in education. What teachers should do, what skills they should focus on to develop students' abilities. But my level of understanding is not really high, since the knowledge requires the readers to have some experience not only in teaching but also in managing the education system. Sometimes I couldn't imagine how we can put some of its ideas into action. Perhaps it was not the right time for me to read and understand the book completely, but if you ask me, do I want to read the book again? I would say yes, definitely, when I face difficulties that are similar to what he discusses in the book. I love to seek some advice from the professor. And for those who already have been working in education for a while, they might find the ideas discussed in the book are real fruits for thought. Thank you everyone, that's the end of my book review. Hope you guys enjoy it. Goodbye.